Hey everybody, welcome to Speed Bump. This is ominous music. Let's change it. What? We got the
It's bringing the bad
song.
vibes. It's just not matching my vibes.
That's better. We got a Smurfs race for you here. Smurfs Adventures on the Game Boy Color. Three people playing here today. We got Eric's 33 Moonberry 2 and Nedelecta. I think we're all set. This is gonna be a fast one, probably. If they've been practicing.
8 hours ago, a new strat was found, so we'll see if that gets incorporated in this race.
What's the strat?
Moonberry found a way to do a very small skip on the very last Rube Goldberg machine, so...
I hate that
A very small skip.
Here's our players.
You want me to feed him the countdown?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm all ready. Pulling Eric's audio here.
There we go. We should be kicked off any moment now.
Locks on. Oh, we have a split on start strategy. So, it's all about morale. Do you want to get the auto-scroller out of the way now or later?
Yeah, how long are you willing to suffer? So, Nedelecta mentioned before the race that he hadn't done a lot of work on it, but he was willing to join. So, if anyone had deviated from the quote-unquote strat, I would have expected it to be Nedelecta. But it's kind of interesting that the two people who have put in easily the most work into the game don't necessarily agree on what the correct strategy is. Now, it may just mean that both are equal and that there's no real difference, or we may be seeing, something completely different here.
I hate
Maybe there's some secret we don't know.
The boat is such a mess. You have to dodge all the coins, that's the only objective here. Just get through the auto-scroller as quick as you can, and do not take any coins.
Now, Moonberry picked up that extra life. When we've seen this in past weeks, especially Eric's world record, did not grab that extra life. There's a small time loss from jumping back up the blocks to get out of the water, but for this race scenario, there's very little cost for actually dying or game overing, so it's small, but it does make a difference.
Moonberry missed the last jump on the awful mushrooms. Swamp Land for the other two players. Both cruising. Well, I expect to hear that you've watched all of the Smurf media that there is in the time since we started this. Have you seen all the movies?
They have movies too?
They're modern. They came out like a year ago. The last one. They are not animated. They are Pixar kind of, 3D.
So they had to hire real Smurfs to participate in these movies.
That's right. Live action Smurfs. No.
Have you seen the modern Smurfs movies?
No. No, I haven't.
Good. I would seriously question your judgment.
I have no idea what they're about. But they can't be good.
Alright, so Moonberry just getting out of the mines, Eric's just entering the mines. I imagine that means we're going to see the river up next on Moonberry's side.
Yeah. That great James Cameron Smurf movie. The other one's Tarantino's Smurfs. Real good stuff. Really compelling.
This auto-scroller is so dull, and it just reminds me that we have the plane and the car later, though the car is at least a little bit interesting.
The car has some stuff you can mess up.
Yeah. Yeah, the only possibility is failure, not success.
I always identify what I would consider like the downtime of the speedrun, the break where you just rest. This is your Mega Man boss just died section of the game, and it's 3 minutes long.
So did we learn anything new about triggering bonus games? It seems like Moonberry is relatively unconcerned with collecting bolts.
I think
I'm wondering
a steep amount, like 50. So it's
okay,
not too concerning.
so it's just a lot more than we thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as they don't.
Yeah, as long as
grab
it's a
all
really
of them.
large number like that, then it's not worth it to go out of your way to avoid them. As long as you're not going out of your way to collect them.
Yeah, there is enough in the stage to get one generally, but you have to work at it. So over the course of the whole game, they probably can avoid that happening.
Can you believe we didn't do an all bolts category?
we have to navigate and make sure the count is correct.
Alright, so we got Eric's first out of the first 2 missions. So the game is broken up into missions that only unlock once you've done certain other ones. So the swamp and the mine go together. And so we've got, that decisively says that Eric's is in the lead at the moment, but not far behind is Moonberry.
Yeah, 100% Smurf cards. That would be the category.
Oh my god.
If I had
Is
to
there like
pay
a
you,
consistent way to collect them, or is it?
I think it's
gotcha
random.
pulls. Oh no.
If I had to pay you to collect and tell me how many bolts are in this game, what would be the fee? How much would you want?
How much would I need to be paid in order to agree to do something like that?
Yeah.
Do I get to keep all the bolts?
Yeah, I'll buy you real bolts as a symbol of your success.
Okay, that and $100, and I'll take it.
That's a lot of bolts. That much hardware gets expensive. You'd be surprised.
If you had to actually send me, well, sending it through the mail also is going to incur the cost of weight. But how much do you think there is in bolts there?
I bet there's like 500. I bet that's like $40 of bolts.
Oh god, that is more expensive than I thought. You were right. Eric's is in the mountains. There's really only one tricky part here for this mountains, and it's right where he is right now. This tricky jumps up the wall. They're harder than they look, because the game sort of like pushes you away from the wall, and you have to edge back toward it in order to land on the actual platforms on the side. It's strange unless you've experienced it yourself. They just don't line up in a way that's sensible.
Everyone's on a different stage here.
Moonberry's not far behind heading into the volcano. These volcano rocks are the bane of this speedrun, as far as I understand.
Yeah, because they just... What even are they? They don't work at all. You can see Moonberry struggling with it already. As soon as they got to the stage, the jump didn't work.
Even if you do it the way that's intended, it barely works. And they are not doing it the way that's intended for the most part. As a lover of Smurfs, I was introduced through my Discord server to videos of Smurfs Dance Party, like Just Dance, but it's with Smurf songs and Smurf characters. And I really think that's the sort of content that your stream would like for you to bring to them, is a stream of you playing Smurfs Dance Party. I think it's the good stuff.
Is that an actual dancing game?
Yeah, it's basically Just Dance, but with Smurfs.
What songs are those? What, they have songs?
I think there were songs in the movies. At least that was my impression of looking at the videos. They weren't like pop songs.
Yeah, it's not that one song that they sing. That's stupid. They sing their theme song notes without any words. That's the only song they have. Hey, I'm being told I need to learn the ocarina just because I was playing Ocarina of Time. My brother got me one for Christmas. And now I need to learn
Are you good at it yet?
No.
Okay. I had a friend who learned how to play the ocarina. She would post videos of herself playing songs on Twitter. It was very wholesome content. Just imagine learning to play,
How can I play it and have it not be wholesome? That's what I'm looking for.
I don't even know what you'd have to play to make it not wholesome. Alright, so Eric's is into the actual, the dam section, I guess. This unclogging opening the ports in the river. You have to do 6 of these. They're kind of all over the place. I imagine that there is an optimal route for these. They're kind of all in a big circle, so as long as you go around in the correct direction and don't miss any of them, it's pretty fast.
Yep, it's unforgiving when you miss. It's a restart, but that's nailed. That's finished. Time to flip the switches.
So Moonberry discovered that you can actually jump off of this platform and onto an enemy that's at ground level, and it'll bounce you back up onto this platform, so you can use it to kind of edge around stuff. I don't know whether or not Moonberry like practiced it and is going to put it in the run, whether or not Eric's looked at it either, but it technically is something that exists.
After 10 minutes there in the last level of this game, this is why I said this might be a fast one. This one's a very optimized game.
Nodelecta's doing well too. I mean, this is pretty late in. There's only, what, 2 levels after this one?
I guess it depends on which Smurf they've been working on, but if this is the last one before Handy Smurf, then yeah. They got the car and the dams and then this machine. This awful, awful machine. The boss of Smurfs. When you're playing a game like this, you think the whole time, what's the boss gonna be? How can they even make a boss out of this? And this is what they did. It's manual labor. It's smithing. It's the same thing over and over again. Eric's is done in like 11 minutes. They stopped their clock at the Smurf face, so 11:17 is the time for Eric's.
That was a fast one.
Moonberry is almost done, I think. I don't know how many loops they're on here. It's hard to measure progress on this contraption. The idea is that you do the same thing.
You just do it a number of times and then it works.
I'll get the Gargamel card. Looking good. Nice. The weird wizard in the
12
woods.
seconds off of PB for Eric's. That's pretty impressive.
Twitch is dropping my frames. Every time someone finishes this game, it drops. No one's allowed to see the end of the Smurfs. Bravo. I'm gonna switch to Nodelecta's audio here. If they have any.
The world wasn't ready for Smurf content.
I guess I'm just realizing now that the only audio in this whole game is songs. There's no sound design of this talk about it at all.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think there are any sound effects.
Oh, there's sound effects for the pickups.
Okay.
You grab a 1-up or a coin, you get a little jingle, that's all. That's the 2.
They're using every available sound channel for all of the music.
Well, this is not the first speed bump that Eric's has won. Nice work. On the race.
Well done.
Azrael is a pretty rough name for a cat. Nice cat, though. It just wants to eat Smurfs. You know what? That's what cats do. There's nothing evil about that. I'm on the cat side. The cat seems like a really smart cat, too. Best character in the show is what I'm saying.
He's the only one who's just not into it. He doesn't care about the Smurfs or the Smurf life.
He can understand his master and responds to him in an intelligent manner. Like they can communicate. He just doesn't care because he's a cat, so he's kind of a jerk. But he's a cat, so, you know, whatever. That's fine.
But he's a jerk to the characters we don't like, so that's okay.
The wizard feels bad when his cat gets in trouble, even though he pretends not to care about his cat. Can't fool me. Electa is on the final stage.
Yep, all that's left after this is the Rube Goldberg machine.
Speaking of that, have you played Spelunky? I know that was on your agenda, it sounded like.
No, I never got around to it. Felt like it was too late for me. I felt like if I tried to play Spelunky, I'd just have a million people on my channel trying to tell me how to play the game correctly.
Well, you might, but it's still good. I'd still recommend. I'd recommend the first one more than the second one after playing the second one so much, but it's still all right.
All right, here we have Nodelecta heading into the final level.
Don't know how many Smurfs they've left. They're pretty hurt.
Looks like they've got 3 lives.
That should be plenty. There's only a couple hazards here. This game we went on because we had just done Skull Monkeys, and it was overly difficult. So we picked this one to counter that. This is one of the easiest games I've ever seen, yet alone the easiest one on Speed Bump. This game is definitely... You can still lose. It's not hard to lose, but it's going to be one of the easier games that anyone who sits down and practices will have to deal with. You'll definitely not struggle.
Yeah, honestly, it's just mostly learning the route through most of the levels, but... I mean, the Speed Bumpers found improvements to the route even, in a game where it doesn't feel like there should be any improvements.
We got it down to, I mean, is it below 11 minutes yet? Because it was right on the cusp.
I don't think it ever went below 11. I could be mistaken, but...
New tech. Maybe we'll see. Gargamel's card is back. And the third person has finished. Time. That's our Smurf race, everybody.
It was a smurfing good time.
That's the last time we'll be able to talk about the Smurfs until we find another good Smurfs game. We're gonna have to make one, because they don't exist. Smurfs Dance Party coming up to the Speed Bump next month.
Sounds like. I hope we have Smurfs Dance Party as the next Speed Bump game. Getting that body bikini ready before summer starts.
Listen, Ring Fit speedruns are 14 hours of exercise. I've seen some of the people who do that and how much they could beat me up. It's like, that's tough stuff.
I love how Ring Fit speedruns are like, it's either level 1 intensity just the first chapter, or it's level 30 intensity whole game, and there's literally nothing in between.
There was some bodybuilder from Japan doing it, and it was 14 hours long, and he was just the buffest man I've ever seen. And he was crunching that thing for 14 hours. I mean, exercise is one thing, but endurance like that, man. I used to run long distance, and it's not... They're running. They're doing running because it's faster than the other methods. So he's just running in place for like 12 hours, and he's doing a bunch of stretches and stuff, and it's... I can't even imagine being that strong. That's much.
That's wicked.
I knew somebody would speed run it, but then it finally started to show up, and I got to see it. Well, a bit of news for next week. We are going to have a new game, and we're going to mix in some new content to make Speed Bump a little fresh. We're going to try and do some mystery races. I got the mystery triathlon open right now, so if you want to play in that, folks, you need to sign up. It's just kind of your last call. for that. But the same kind of thing on a monthly basis, really. On Speed Bump, we're gonna just grab the game and do a real quick race of some mystery game for like an hour. That's gonna go into the schedule. That sounds like fun. We're looking for more participation, and that's one of the ways we're gonna get it, I think.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna end up doing is, in general, shorter months for race games. Race games don't really require quite as much prep as a full world record grind, but for games that have a full world record grind, we might keep it a longer session and make some of those weeks a little fresher with the mystery races.
Yep, that's what we got for you. Definitely a new game next week. Looking forward to it because I think it's going to be a good one. I've been looking at it for a while. So we'll see you next week with that one at 9:20. Hopefully it won't be late, but 9:20. After Arcade Pit, we'll do it. Until then, we got a lot going on this week. The Isaac DLC's out, the Monster Train DLC's out. Those two things are things I'll be playing, but my birthday's this week, so my birthday marathon's happening in the middle of the week. Wednesday, probably. That's what I said on Arcade, but it's probably going to be all Wednesday long. So I'll be doing that.
What are you going to be playing for your birthday stream?
Because I go for like 12 hours, I play things that I enjoy. I'll probably do Gong Show and some other things, which is... I have Gong Show, which I let the audience tell me that a game sucks, it's time to move to a new one. And then I post it on YouTube, and people get offended that people didn't like their game every time. By the way, collecting bad YouTube comments is almost done. It's time for another YouTube comments reading video. So I'm going to get my friends together, we're going to do that.
That's going to be fun.
Well, thanks for joining me, Author Blues.
Of course. Take care, everybody.
See you later, everybody.